So today we are going to be talking about how to apply for a Ugandan passport. You might be there having a problem. Maybe you need to know how to get a passport and it has been a difficulty, but well, welcome to the video. Let's talk about it. So starting with a passport, a passport is a travel document that you are entitled to have as a citizen of Uganda. Alright, welcome back to the link. Welcome back to the channel. This is how a passport looks like. It is a booklet that you need to travel to countries. So Uganda offers 3 types of passports. We have the green passport. It is green in color. It's called the service passport. That is for like the top government officials. Then we have a diplomatic passport. It is red in color. And also we have the ordinary one. This is for almost it is for every Ugandan, every person, regardless of your professional, regardless of your ethnicity, regardless of anything. It is entitled to everyone in Uganda. So in this video, we're going to be centering all our energy onto how to get this passport. First things first, you have to fill in the application online. Back in the days, we used to like work with papers. Those who applied for a passport in around 2015, 2014, we used to move like with real papers from office, LC1, LC2, but that does not happen anymore. So we use online. You fill in the application on the Uganda Passport Portal, and it takes only a few minutes. The information that they ask is your name, sex, your origin, your parents' information, are they deceased or they are still alive, things like that. It should not frighten you. And if you don't know where to get this online application, in the description of the link below here, I'll put the link to the passport filling. You might ask yourself, how much is a passport, and how do you really get what happens after filling the application? So after filling in your data, you have to pay money. The next step is paying money to the bank. Yes, you pay money to the bank. The Uganda Immigration Office or Internal Affairs works with almost every bank. You can even pay with mobile money. You can also pay with a Visa card. If you want to apply for this passport and you're outside the country, you can pay with your Visa card. We have 2 types of passport processing. We have the standard and the express. So for the standard, that is when you apply and it takes time. It takes to usually about 10 working days to 14 maximum. And the express, it takes to a maximum of 3 days to 2 working days. That is the express passport. So for the standard, you have to pay an amount of 250 Uganda shillings. I don't know how much that is in USD, but that is 250 for the standard, and for the express, you pay 400,000 from the bank. So after paying to the bank, you get a receipt, the bank verifying that you have paid. Then you go back to your portal. You have created an account on the portal, so it is time to go to the next step. The next step is to schedule an appointment for your interview. So your online platform or the account will automatically detect when you've paid. It will update itself and it will allow you to go to the next step. That is getting to schedule appointment. So you can schedule an appointment depending on where you're coming from. We have very many different centers where you can get your interview done and your biometrics captured. There is Mbarara. If you're living in Kampala, we have one in Kampala. We have one in Mbale, almost everywhere across the country. I'll also be tagging some of these places where you can. So depending on where it is convenient for you to go. So what you should put in mind when applying for a passport, you need a national ID, a Ugandan national ID, and also a recommendation letter. A recommendation letter, this is simply to alert the immigration office that you are a citizen of Uganda, and literally someone is recommending you. No bad records, stuff like that. And if you don't have anyone to recommend you, at least you should go to your local council one, your LOC one. Reason why? It is because the government thinks that you can't be in an area when the LOC one does not know you. So you have to get that LOC one recommendation if you don't have anyone to recommend you. What do you have to expect when going for your interview? So basically what you have to have is the proof of payment. You need to go with your receipts and a printed form of your application. Yeah, I didn't mention that. After filling in your application and doing all the process, you have to print it out. You have to go with your recommendation letter. You have to go with your fields with photocopies of your ID and your original ID. So when you get there, this is what to expect. The interviewers, sometimes they can ask some small questions, but these are just to verify whether it is you yourself who really filled in the application, whether the information on your application is true. Because some people feel okay, it is just to verify. So some of the questions is, what's your name, what's your tribe, who's the head of your clan, what's your clan, stuff like that. If you're in Uganda, you asked to say some words in Uganda. If you're in Nyankole, you asked to speak some Nyankole. So you will have someone who will interview you depending on your tribe. So it should not scare you at all. It is a very, very, very simple process. People who are applying for the first time, there is no difficulty. You should not face any challenges if you have your ID. And if you're renewing, let's talk about renewing. Renewing, you have to first have your old passport. Then you have to, we may have two scenarios. If you have your old passport, or when your passport is lost. So if your passport is lost or damaged, I say it was damaged in an accident or fire, or someone stole a bag and it was there, you don't have it and you want to renew, you are charged an extra 100,000. If you have your old passport, you just have to show it in your application form that you are renewing, and at the time of your interview, you have to present your old passport because it will be scanned and it has to be on the record. And also on the time of collecting. All right, so let's talk about collecting. So if you applied for the standard, you are given about 10 days, and the Ministry of Internal Affairs always, actually we give it a credit, always sends an SMS alert on your phone to let you know that your passport is ready, and that message shows when you are supposed to go and pick it. For the express, in 3 days still, you'll get a notification in an SMS form. So make sure that in your application, you provide the right number. So these are some of the mistakes that people that are applying for the passport do. So sometimes you try to misspell your name. So you have to be very, very careful on every letter, on every single word that you put there. And another mistake, it is very common, is about the years. Some of you have been changing years over time. And another mistake that I really want to highlight is the name thing. As we grow, in our youthful stage, we tend to give ourselves some names that are not on our original IDs. So if you put this name, trust me, it will come back. But it may make the passport, delay or denied. So make sure that you keep your original name, You don't put your artistic name, you don't put your your channel name, you don't put anything that you call yourself. You have to make sure that you put your original names during the passport filling. Yes, so my dear friends, when you're going to collect your passport, this is, a time of happiness. You feel like you are so excited about getting it. So when you get to this point, one thing that you should not leave at home is your original national ID. If it is the renewal, go back, go to collect it with your original old passport for renewing. So after there, you get your passport, you sign it, you will be able to get a document like this. So this document will enable you travel countries. If you're asking for a visa, if you're applying for a visa of any other country, these pages is where you get your visa put. So it has a number of pages. Let me see. They go to about 48 pages, some 42, depending on the country. And yes, so this is the new passport, and I like the update that it connects with your national ID. So let me know any challenges that you may face or you face, such that we come back in the next video and highlight them. I wish you the best. Have a great day. God bless.